Okay, this is Unit 2, Measurement and Data, or Analyzing Data, excuse me. And we are starting Section 4 on accuracy. You've probably heard these two terms before, accuracy and precision. They are pretty commonly used out in the real world. Are they the same? No. The concept of accuracy and precision are related, which is why in the real world we tend to use these two terms interchangeably, but they are actually not the same. These two things are different. So what is the difference? To see the difference, we are going to draw some pictures. So we'll go to the next page, and I have a table here. We're going to draw some targets. So I'm not the best artist, but I'm going to give this a try. Here's one. Yeah. Not up to a great start. One more time. Okay, so this is going to be a target. And so we have the limits of the larger part of the target and the limits of maybe what you could call the bullseye. Something that is both accurate and precise might look like this. Here's a hit, here's a hit, here's a hit. We have 3 points, and they are all in the middle of the target. They're all on the bullseye. And really, they're pretty close together, too. This one is not really helping us see the difference between accurate and precise. So let's draw another picture. Let's look at the bottom right. Something that is not accurate and not precise. So let's say we're aiming for the bullseye. And so I end up hitting one here, and one here, and one here. But I was aiming for the bullseye. Now this one is not accurate, and it's not precise, but it also is not telling us which one of these is which. So let's look at these other two boxes and see if we can figure this out. Okay, so now I am in the box that is accurate but not precise. So I am aiming for the bullseye, and I hit it here, and I hit it here, and I hit it here. Now are we starting to see the difference between accurate and precise? They are all on the bullseye, so I'm thinking maybe this means accurate. But they're awfully far apart, and they're not precise, so the comparison here, close together and precise, these ones are far apart, and not precise. Let's draw our last target and see if this one will shed any more light on it. So here's our larger target. Here's the bullseye. So we are going to be precise but not accurate. So here's what this might look like. Here's one, here's two, here's three. We have 3 hits that are very close together, but they're not where I wanted it. They're not on target, but I'm very consistent. So probably what we're thinking here is that accurate might mean on target, and precise means consistent. If you look here, we're not precise, but we're accurate. So we are on target, but we're not very consistent. They're relatively far apart. Up here, we are not accurate, we're not on target, but we are consistent. They're all in a pretty tight grouping. And then our bottom right corner, this is just not very good. So on the bottom half of the page, we're going to discuss what these actually are. So accuracy is the difference between a measurement and the actual value. Accuracy is a measure of how close we are to the mark. For instance, how close did the dart come to the bullseye? So let me draw, here's a target. Draw a little smaller. Here's a target. This is where the bullseye is, and we will say that the dart hits here. So we want to measure accuracy. How far was the dart? How far was it from the bullseye? So you could get out a ruler and put it up here, and you could take a measurement and maybe come up with some sort of an idea of the accuracy of this dart in relationship to the bullseye. How close was the dart to the bullseye? Precision is a measure of how close the series of measurements are to one another. So precision, how close are they to one another? It is consistency. So how close did the dart hit relative to the other darts? So we're not necessarily concerned with the exact bullseye. We want to know how close these are together. And so if you want to know precision, you could come here with a ruler and maybe measure these, how far apart are they, and get an idea of the precision. On the right side of the page, this is used by the US military and really by others around the world now. This is the 25-meter zeroing target for an M16. And so, as far as a military rifle is concerned, you want the sights to be on target. So you don't want to have a situation where you're aiming at one place and you see how far you're off, and then you make adjustments. You don't want to do that when maybe the life is on the line. So what you do instead is you go to the 25-meter zeroing target first, and you line up your sights perfectly, and you are aiming for this silhouette. And so you'll put a certain number of rounds down, maybe 3, maybe 5, depends on the unit. And then everybody will stop and you'll all walk down there and mark your targets. So I get down here and I notice that I hit here, here, and here. This is precise. This is a pretty good little, they call it a shot group, and we would make a circle because those are nice. This is good. We can fix this. It's not on the target, but this is pretty easy to fix. This is really not easy to see because it's pretty small, but there are instructions here that tell you which way you're going to make adjustments. So right here it says turn the horizontal or the windage by a certain number of clicks. And here it would be saying turn this other piece a certain number of clicks. And so the purpose is to make your sights so that they would be here. And that's where you want to aim, would be there. So then everybody goes back to their stations. Everybody's ready. We've got it everything's ready to go, and another set of rounds. And so we come back up. Let's mark this. This was our first one. And then let's say you are here. 1, 2, 3. They're still pretty close together, so that's good. But we still need to make adjustments. So again, we go back. Everybody gets ready. We go again. And then maybe you are here. And then we go back and do it again. And your goal is eventually, actually, this one was pretty good. But your goal is to get all of your hits within this circle or better. And so you want to have a group that is right on the center of this target. So this is precision. This is precision. And once you get into here, we're talking about accuracy. You can also diagnose someone's performance, I guess, based on one of these. Because let's say you have a person who is putting groups like this where they're all up and down. They're in a pretty straight line, but they're all up and down. And what that means is that the person is breathing a lot while they're shooting at this target, and they're not holding their breath like they're trained to do. And so once you start holding your breath at the same point every time, this person would probably have a better time of hitting them closer together like this. If they're too spread up and down, that's breathing. And another possibility is that you have somebody who hits here, here, and here. But those are a pretty wide range. Now, left to right, they're really in like a straight line almost, but they're very far off from each other. And what this would say about a person is that they are not pulling the trigger appropriately. They are pulling it too hard or releasing it wrong. And so once all the techniques are down, you should start seeing precision. And then once the sights are fixed, you should start seeing precision and accuracy.